Good evening, Wizards Nation. We lost again. 8 straight L's. But we at least were competitive to the end. We lost by 6 points, 111 to 105. We lost to the Dallas Mavericks. We out-tanked the Dallas Mavericks. How about that? Chat's not up yet. But, we were in it. It's just like, everyone knows, it's like too many offensive rebounds given up. I believe it was 16 given up. 18 straight L's. I mean, it was like 18 straight. No, sorry, I can't even talk. 18 turnovers in the night. We couldn't buy a bucket. It just seemed like there was no coaching adjustment done. We were fouling for no reason at the very end. I believe like 17 seconds left in the game. I don't know, man. It was just like, to me, Coach Keefe sold that at the very end. Why is the chat not working? What the hell? Ugh. But anyways, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, couldn't buy a bucket at all. Couldn't run a play at all. It just seemed like it was just free for all. We were just free falling, and Coach Keefe couldn't drop a play. Couldn't get their young men up and ready. We just seem undisciplined out there. And it's the Mavericks, obviously. And honestly, I feel like the main reason why the game was that close towards the end is because, no offense to the Mavs, but they're not doing that well this season. Also, they had a slew of injuries, especially including Anthony Davis, who did not play tonight. They were 1-7 coming into this game. No, sorry, 2-7. Hey, man, it is what it is, man. I'm going to do a quick recap. This is tripping me out with no chat. This is tripping me out. I don't know what the hell's going on. What the hell? Now this is tripping me out. I don't know what the hell's going on with my stream right now. Anyways, Ken Whitmore, a revenge game. Of course he does this on a day that I drop a video saying what the hell's going on with Ken Whitmore, and he comes out and balls. 19 points in 29 minutes. Coach Keefe blessed him with the minutes. Not even that. He had some solid defense. I'm not going to say outstanding defense, but just some solid defense by Ken Whitmore. 19 points, 3 rebounds, 0 assists. But anyways, his 3 was falling tonight, man. 3 of 6 from the 3, 7 of 13 overall. I like the way he played, man. Hopefully he can continue this, but this is honestly what we envisioned from him. Being that scoring punch off the bench, a guy who just like comes in, guns a-blazing, but in a mannered, calm way. That makes sense. Guns a-blazing. You can't be guns a-blazing. Man. Anyway, I don't know what the hell I'm saying, man. This chat is bad. Let me see if am I even online? I keep thinking in my head, I was like, dude, are you even online right now? Let me see. Let me check. I can't see it. Well, it looks like I am. Sorry, y'all. I can't show chat for some reason. I don't know what the hell's going on. Well, I'll just read it out loud. Let's see here. Yeah. Shit. Everything is going wrong right now in this stream. My dog's freaking going crazy. Let me see my notes. The Bub in the first half, it was unwatchable, unplayable. I have like one of the worst first half performances by a guard I've ever seen. 4 turnovers, just couldn't get nothing going. Nothing. I mean, immediately came in, had 2 turnovers within the first minute being played. Couldn't catch an inbounds pass, gets pickpocketed. But, I want to say something about Bud, though, because in my last stream, I was just like, bench him. And I kind of stand by it. But I'm not saying bench him for the long term. Bench him for 3 to 5 games. Let's see AJ Johnson get some minutes. You know, I'm not coming. This is coming from a guy who is not super high on AJ Johnson. I think I like AJ Johnson, but I feel like he's years away from, you know, contributing to an NBA team. Predominantly because he's raw. But I'm not. With that in mind, I'm not counting out Bub. But I do think a good benching will help him. He needs to calm down. His confidence is just shot, man. Just completely shot. And I feel for him, man. We've all been there. He's in a blender. He's in the eternal blender right now. You know, but he did finish with 9 points. He had a couple threes, 2 of 5 from the three. But that was his only thing. Another thing, they keep giving him minutes. 28 minutes tonight. He played more minutes than Trey Johnson. Even though Trey, 1 of 6 from the three, 4 of 13 from the field. But still, I don't know. One thing was like, okay, fine, keep him in your rotation, but don't play him heavy minutes. Give those minutes to Trey. That's all I want to say on Trey on Bub Carrington. CJ McCollum continues to be in a rhythm. 25 points, 9 of 19 from the field, 2 of 6 from the three, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. He had that stare down on Cooper Flagg after he pickpocketed him. Listen, this is a CJ that we saw in preseason. He was horrific the first 8 games of the season. No, yeah, 7 games of the season. Couldn't get nothing going. The past 2 games now, he's getting in a rhythm. He's doing his thing, shooting much better from the three. So hopefully he can continue that. So he can, you know, we'll see what we do with him in the trade deadline. But, you know, another solid game by Keyshawn George. Alex Sarr, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. He stuffed the stat sheet. 6 of 16 for the field, 0 of 3 from the three. I do have a note here for Alex Sarr, and I don't know if anybody else has noticed this regarding him, too. Because I have a note. His second bounce this year has been crazy. How many times have we seen Alex Sarr, you know, go in, grab an offensive rebound off his own shot, tip it in, dunk it, he dunks it. Like, he has an elite second bounce. Elite second bounce. That's one thing, and it's like, it's one thing because he has the physical capability to do that. But another thing is like his mentality, he's just like, he is jumping over dudes. He's trying to posterize them. I love it. But that's one thing I saw coming into the draft, that he did have a very good second bounce, which would, a lot of scouts and experts are saying that would translate to his shot blocking in the NBA, which it has. But, you know, that's one thing regarding how he kind of applied that in his rookie year on shot blocking wise, but now he's applying that second bounce that he has and getting his own offensive rebounds and getting the putbacks. And, like, you know, he had a couple of them tonight, and he's been having like a lot of them almost every, you know, in every game. So I really like that about Alex Sarr, man. But, you know, it's a really solid outing by him, even though, you know, shooting splits won't show it. Keyshawn George, kind of a quiet night from the dude. 10 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, 3 of 9 from the field, 2 of 6 from the three. Oh, man, I need him to shoot more shots. He's too good to not be doing that. Justin Champagnie had a bit of a quiet night. He did have a quiet night. 0 points. Well, 4 defensive rebounds, 5 rebounds in total, one steal. But another thing that I don't like what Coach Keefe does is like he will start Champagnie, and then he will just forget about him. He only played 12 minutes as a starter. Where's the consistency? You can't get in a rhythm with that type of like minutes and that's how Coach Keefe has been with Champagnie throughout his entire tenure here. Well, since last year. I don't really like that, how he does that. And it's only to Champagnie. That's fucked up. But Malachi Brown, and I'm assuming Malachi stole some of Champagnie's minutes, he did play nice. He gave some good minutes. 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He had a nice pick and roll with Alex Sarr, a couple of offensive rebounds. He was playing like Champagnie at one point. You know, Malachi did provide some nice minutes. I will give him that. And this year he hasn't been bad, Malachi. He's produced whenever he's been here. You know, the past couple of games he's showing up, you know, playing in the third quarter more. For some reason, like even then, like the first game, Coach Keefe is not putting Malachi in the first half. Malachi is showing up in the second half, in the third quarter. It's like, where's the consistency? Follow your rotation. How can Coach Keefe expect some of his young bucks to get in a rhythm if there's no consistency with their playing time? If somebody's in a rhythm, he's going to yank them out. If he wants somebody to get into rhythm, he's not going to play him. I don't. Dude, just stick to the script. Corey Kispert, a bit of a quiet night, but I'm not going to dog on Corey because he's been really solid the past couple of games. 4 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three. 1 of 2 from the three. Bags, you know, did his thing. 10 points in 17 minutes. 5 rebounds, 4 of 7 from the field. He does have a nice connection with Bub Carrington. Well, Bub Carrington, like, how can I say this? Yeah, well, Bub and Bags really have like a nice thing going on. That's the only thing I can say about Bub right now. But Bub did. I mean, I'm rooting for Bub though. I'm rooting for Bub. Let me see what chat's saying right now. I mean, Bub's the one who went minus 14 out of everybody. The lowest plus minus out of everybody in the team tonight. Minus 14. Yeah. Let me see what chat's saying. Young Mill says, not going to lie, this is Coach Keefe's last year with us. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. And they're not going to fire him within the middle of the season. That will be pointless. It will be pointless. Why would they do that? You know, it's just like, who's going to come in after him? Anthony Gill? They should make Anthony Gill the coach. He knows the in and outs. Make Anthony Gill the coach. If you make Anthony Gill the coach, you know damn well everybody's going to start playing defense. And then everybody's going to be like a freaking gentleman. You're going to see Ken Whitmore holding doors for elderly women outside of Capital One. I'm all in. Make Anthony Gill the head coach. How about that? Yeah, let's do it. Can't be any worse than Coach Keefe. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. Anthony Gill is not going to be the freaking head coach. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I keep saying this, but I think Anthony Gill is too good of a tank commander. I think this season's about development, and I feel like his rotations is fucking up the development right now. It's too wacky. It's all over the place. The dudes who should be getting heavy minutes and consistent minutes are not getting it. The dudes who should not be getting those consistent heavy minutes are getting it. Bub Carrington. The hell? What's going on? Let's see here. Drummer Boy says, IDK, how do you even feel? LOL, so much good and bad might be what he's supposed to be doing. Yeah. Good Wizards window. Competitive game and a stack L for the draft comfort. That's true. That's true. No, you got to be honest. That is true. That is true. A good tank win. Yeah, we did. We won for the tank. We lost. But, I mean, the Mavericks, who are one of the worst teams right now in the league, but I don't think they're going to end up being one of the worst teams or having one of the worst records in the season after all. Like, I think they're going to get a mojo. Jason Kidd's there. He's going to find a rhythm. He's going to find the right rotation, right lineup. They're experimenting with Cooper Flag at the point guard, but not putting Russell back in. But they're going to find. I'm not worried about the Mavs. I am worried about other teams right now, though. Like the Pacers. The Pacers right now are 1-7. But Carlisle's too good of a coach. They're not going to end up having one of the worst, top 5 worst records in the league, even with the Halliburton injury. I'm not worried about them. I am worried about the Nets. The Nets might out-tank us. Let's see what chat's saying. Hope you guys saw Darren Peterson's first game. I did. I think I'm gonna make a video tomorrow on this draft, man. Trey smacked out Johnson. Well, if we want defense and minutes, let's just take Tibbs. No, man. Well, you know who would thrive with Tibbs is Champagny. Champagny would thrive. Champagny would be our Josh Hart with Coach Thibodeau. And then Champagny would need to be carted out the courts every night because he'd be playing 48 minutes a night. Let's see. Let me show y'all. Let me see if there's any stats. The no highlights. I mean, no chat, no highlights. I'm stuttering. I'm overthinking right now because of there's no chat. It freaks me out. There's no chat. I gotta read this. Let me go ahead and look for the Wizards homepage. Did y'all see John Wall? What did y'all think of John Wall tonight? He was in the Monumental. I saw him at halftime. Looks like John Wall just chilling. You know what I mean? John Wall, man, like his like demeanor is just, serious. A little bit like yeah, that's just serious. He's like, yeah, man, giving up too many points in a fast break. I don't know. Gotta love John Wall, man. Gotta love that's my Avenger right there. John Wall's my Avenger. When we drafted him, it was like, we got our superhero. Every other team had their superhero. Now we got ours. Much love to John Wall, man. Much freaking love to John Wall. Let's pull up let's see here. Let's start from the very beginning. Hey, man, I liked how Ken Whitmore came out, man. I believe he had, hold on, before I show this. Who's this? Oh, two-man game, CJ and Sarr. Yeah, CJ, 11 points in the first quarter, 23 and a half. Calm down after that. Calm down. He didn't do much in the second half. Dallas, which entered the league, yeah, CJ was cooking in the first half, man. Dallas, which entered the league with the worst offensive rating in the league, tied its season high for first quarter points. Man, that defense wasn't it tonight. Well, in the first half. Listen, the Mavs scoring 111 points is a dub for us defensively. It is. It's below our season average right now. I believe at one point it was like a 118, 119. Last I checked. Lord. Rough first quarter, much better second quarter. Dallas did go on that 19-0 run. And I was just like, here we go. Well, no, we were all like that. Here we go. But, a third quarter that we actually came out with life. CJ. Yeah, in the third quarter, 33 points to the Dallas's 25 points in the third quarter. I was like, okay. But I'm not going to lie. I was kind of chalking it up to just Dallas and their overall team. They've just been really bad this year. I'm holding back from talking that trash because I know for a fact they're going to bounce back, but not now, but like in the future. But I'm not going to say they're going to bounce back being a top 5 team. No, I think they're going to be better than what their record is right now. But, hold on. See. Let's finish seeing these highlights. Beautiful block by Sarr right there. Trey with the 3 right here. Let me pull up chat real quick. What the fuck? It's not working. There's John Wall. I like it, man. I've been dogging Ted and Monumental Sports, but getting John Wall back home as an analyst, Because we know how they ended their relationship, Ted and John Wall. I'm not gonna go into it, but it's a good sign. It's a sign to saying like the two are talking. They're obviously, if he's employed by Monumental Sports, they're on good terms. This could be this is a right step in the right direction. But I really like this, man. I really like this. Yes, John Wall. Also, hit the like button, please. I keep forgetting to say that throughout the stream. I only say at the very end. Let's see here. Let's keep going up. Yep. Also, Cam Whitmore, he had a couple of drives to the rim, and they did not call a foul in the first half by, I believe it was, this dude, Cisse. I was just like, that's a freaking foul. Cam wasn't getting the whistle. This is it. Yeah, this is pick and roll with Malachi. Props to Malachi. No. Props to Malachi. I've been counting him out even before the season started. I was like, Malachi's not going to be. Malachi, he might be traded. He might be waived. Like, you know what I mean? Props to Malachi, man. He's been giving some good minutes. Even though I would like Will Riley, I mean, it would show that maybe Will Riley's too raw right now. Malachi's a better player. But, props to Malachi. Yep. Cam Whitmore's 3 was on point tonight. 50% from the 3 tonight. Bub hit a couple of 3s towards the end. Yeah, that's it. Back at it on Monday. I don't know, man. Let me see what y'all think. I'm going to read a couple of comments out loud, and then we're going to go from there. This is how Block Boy's in the chat. This is how you lose. I loved it. Make it close and entertaining, and then lose. I'll take about 55 more of these. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. This is the type of losses you want. Again, my Block Boy. I'm gonna chalk it up to this though. The Mavs are just ass right now, dude. Like I think that was the main reason. I'm not saying that we. No, I am saying it actually. I don't know why I'm backtracking. We're ass. We know this. But the Mavs are ass right now as well. And I'm attributing this competitive L more so to the Mavs than as to how we played. Especially if McCollum wasn't going off in the first half, this could have been like a freaking blowout, dude. McCollum had 23 points in the first half, only ended scoring 2 points in the second half. But, it is what it is, man. We should have we could have won. We kind of could have won. If we had a competent coach, we would have pulled this out. I'm not mad because this is a tank dub. This is a tank dub for us. But I just, in my mind, thinking, I was like, dude, if we had a competent coach, we would have sneaked out with this one. But it is what it is. I do want these type of L's, though. Give us these losses. Champagne needs 30 minutes a game. Yes, please. Please. Dude, I said this earlier in the stream. 12 minutes for Champagne as a starter. What's going on? What's going on? Who's going to get in a rhythm with that? What is this? Trash. Coach Keefe. Yes, he did. He did took all the shots, and he couldn't. He was just. We couldn't buy a bucket. We couldn't buy a bucket, man. Uncle Wee says Cam heard me. That's true. He did, man. I should make a video now. For those who don't know, I made a video. I dropped it earlier today. Check it out if you want. Talking about Cam Whitmore saying like because he was a bit rough the past couple of games, the past 5 games. Minutes were decreasing. Played only 5 minutes the last game. And, I made a video about that and just saying, and I wasn't dogging Cam Whitmore. I was just saying, talking about like his current struggles with the team right now, his maturity issues, all that fun stuff. Dropped it like a 2 or 3. And I know this. I had the same luck every single freaking time I do a video. I was just like, watch him freaking bounce back tonight. Watch him freaking go crazy tonight. Lo and behold, he has the best game as a Wizard. Like, the fuck, 19 points in 29 minutes. What is this? I should make a video saying we are the worst team in league history. Just keep dogging us. And the vice versa would happen. You know, I should make a video saying, oh my God, we're going to get wrecked in the lottery. See, I'm going to do that. See, I'm going to reverse jinx us. Because, you know, it's just like, I have this freaking power. I need a, like, you know, I don't know, man. This superstition, this freaking, this is like at least the 10th time it's happened to me in this channel. I say something and the complete opposite happens like literally an hour later. You know, just my luck. But, you know, I don't know, because last year, I don't know, for those who weren't following the channel, like, I was going crazy. I was just like, listen, you know, basketball gods, we deserve this top 3 pick. I was good. I was confident. Wizards community was confident that we were going to get a top 3 pick because we were tanking ethically. Unlike those assholes in Philly who were tanking. But it was, I don't even want to go into it, but, you know. But now we know. Now, we've been new. For those of us who are in our 30s, we knew how it is. We know how life is. Life can be a bitch. But, you know, now we know that you nothing is given to you in life. Oh, could you imagine all those Wizards fans who are like 20 years and younger experiencing the debacle that happened in lottery? Whew. Boy, from 2019 until 2023 to Bilal Coulibaly, 4 years of being in a lottery, complete ass. Got the worst possible outcome. During those 4 years, I swear to God, dude, I was in my mid-20s. I was going, like, I was just like, what did I do in my past life? Pick 9 after 9 after 9 after 9 every single freaking year. I was just like, I was convinced I did something atrocious in my previous life. I was like, no. I need to go see a psychic. I need to cleanse myself for my city. What did I do to deserve this? Let's see here. Adam Silver screwed the hell out of us. Yeah, he did, dude. Yeah, he did. He did. But you know what? We got pick number 6, but we got the 3rd best player in a draft. I'll take it. Trey Johnson shouldn't have fell to 6th. We know this, dude. We know this. Let's see here. I'm gonna read a couple more, and I'm gonna call it quits in a couple minutes, y'all. Let's see here. If they listen to our advice, we would win more. Not the plan. That's true. Drummer boy, that is true. If they did listen to us, if they listen to me with my 4'7" wingspan, actually, I don't know. Maybe I'm a better tank commander than Coach Keefe, actually. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm better than a freaking professional head coach. Yeah, we were confident, man. YM Wasted says. Trey Johnson is Trae Young. We'll see. I don't think Trey Johnson's going to be a full-time point guard. Adam Silver screwed the hell out of us. Yeah, he did, man. He did. Crazy thing is that we were still tanking ethically. We are. We are tanking ethically. See, like, nobody can tank like us. Because we're trying to win. Listen, y'all, Coach Keefe, we know this, but we must share this with every NBA fan. We know we're ass, but let it be known, Coach Keefe is trying to win every single game. And we're getting blown out by 20 points. But he is trying his very best. If Coach Keefe would, he would sub himself in. He's like, fuck it, young men, this is how you guard. Coach Keefe, he wants to win. It's just, he don't got it in him right now. No offense to him, he just got it. He just don't got it in him. I think Coach Keefe is fine as an assistant head coach, but as a overall head coach. But you could tell Coach Keefe is a really nice guy. You can see in his interviews, he's a nice dude. I don't want to dog him like that, honestly. Hit the like button, please. You would give Champagne minutes. You would be a head coach, perhaps. maybe that's Champagne will make me look good. Has Cooper Flag lived up to the hype so far? He looks pretty mid. Honestly, even though I wanted Cooper Flag, I mean, we all wanted Cooper Flag. I kind of expected this for his rookie year for him. Because like the number 1 overall pick hype, people were like, all right, this guy's gonna average 20 points. That wasn't really him, even at Duke. He's the guy who's gonna stuff the stat sheet, be a demon in fast break. But it's gonna take some time for him to develop his half court offense. It's gonna take some time for him, but I'm not worried about him. Look at him. He had 12 points, but 12 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. But he's gonna be fine, dude. He's gonna end up being one of the best all-around players in the NBA. Mavs got themselves one. Keyshawn needs to start balling again. He's not rebounding or getting assists. Keyshawn needs to be more aggressive. I keep saying this about Keyshawn, man. He needs to get the ball and be like, he needs to have that Cam Whitmore mentality sometimes. He is way too good to only shoot 9 field goal attempts. The other night, he only 7. The entire night. He is way too good. Put the ball in Keyshawn's hand and take it out of Bub's hands. Last year, Jordan Poole was the primary ball handler. Bub was the secondary ball handler. Fuck it. Let's make Keyshawn George. Let's make Keyshawn George the primary ball handler. Let's do it. What are we going to do with that? We have nothing to lose. The only thing I think what we're going to gain from it is Keyshawn's going to continue getting more experience with that ball handling duties. But I think let's just do it. Let's see what Key got in him. Let's make Keyshawn George the primary ball handler, and then let Bub kind of revert back to his last year role, and hopefully get his confidence back. And then they can start meshing and stuff like that. But like, I don't know, man. I see Bub demanding the ball. I'm like, come on, what you gonna do with the ball right now, dude? Come on, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I really think the offense flows better with Key, man. The offense flows better through Key. It does. But Keyshawn's a dog. Take the ball out of CJ's hands. Says Young Mill, haven't seen Keyshawn do his slow-mo drives lately. He needs the ball in his hands a lot more. That's true. That's true. Keyshawn George with his bump fades, mid-range bump fades, come on. We need more of that. And he has it in him. Take the ball out of CJ's hands too. Make the offense flow to Keyshawn George, and you will see Key when he dropped 30 plus against the Mavs. You will see it. You will see it. Couple more minutes, y'all, and I'm gonna call it quits. Block boy, what you gonna do with the ball right now? I'm no offense to Bub, man. No offense to Bub. I'm chalking this as a transitional year for Bub. It's just, I'm not one of the dudes who's just saying, oh, trade Bub, release Bub, da-da-da-da-da. No. What I am saying with Bub is, I think he needs a benching. Let him revert back. Let him revert back to the basics, the fundamentals. A benching of just 3 to 5 games, and then put him back in the rotation. I'm not giving up on him whatsoever. Like we saw this with Alex Sarr. People counting him out after only 3 summer league games. Come on, let's give Bub some time. This year, his grade. I mean, fuck. If his grade, it'll be an F. But my grade for him is an F/NA, not applicable, because it's a transitional year. So yeah, I'm gonna give him the F, but I'm also gonna give him the NA, not applicable. He's learning a completely new position. No, he's never done this his entire life. It's a foreign language. This man, this is like you, like freaking speaking English for like all your life, and you're 25 years old, and then somebody says to you, "Hey man, you need to speak Mandarin full time." You're speaking Mandarin full time, dude. From October till April, you're speaking Mandarin and Mandarin only, and you're gonna be, oh shit. And then we're gonna come and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna start speaking Mandarin, but you know what I mean. You're gonna have some, you're gonna have some turnovers speaking Mandarin. So it's a foreign language. But I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm not counting him out though. But damn, it's looking really, really bad at times. Drummer Boy says Key and Sarr will have triple doubles this year. Oh yeah, Bub will be a solid backup. And you know what I'm thinking too? You know what I'm thinking about Bub? I'm just like, you know what? Obviously, we traded for him. You know, with the Denny Avdia trade, I feel like if anything else, that's going to be his overall legacy. I love me some Denny. I'm not going to sit here and deny that. Okay, I feel like some of y'all. I love Denny. I do. He was one of my favorite players. Turbo, he was. But the fact seeing Denny how he's balling now, I feel like that Bub's legacy will ever be entrenched with that. For those who think about like that, I do. I'm just like, all right, you traded away Denny, who was on a great contract. What did you get for him? Oh, you got Bub. And, you know, in my head, I'm just like, all right, Bub better at least be a starting point guard in this league. But in my head, I'm just like, no. I think Bub might very well fit as, like, you know, that sixth man, like that first guard off the bench. Maybe that's his role in this league. I'm not talking about next year. Maybe, like, for the career. Perhaps. A scoring punch off the bench. A nice, really nice, solid backup, a really nice, solid backup point guard. Maybe that's his future role with this team. Because right now, these point of attack defenders are eating him alive. Bub still needs to grow, get into his body, but, you know, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about that, man. Let's see here. Denny, y'all seeing what Keenan you're doing? These dudes with Key in the game and George's last game balling. Bro is averaging 8, 9 assists and 28 points per game. Denny making a 14-pick trade will look crazy right now. Jamil, you're right, dude. You're right. But also remember, we also got a future first-round pick also in 2029, I believe, from the Blazers. So, but I believe it's like a second of the worst draft pick, first-round pick. We got another first-round pick coming, but it's not going to be anything big. Or maybe a good trade piece for Ja next year. Young Mill says, perhaps he's a good backup or maybe a good trade piece for Ja. I was thinking about that too. I was like, maybe, you know, but then again, would you want to trade Bub after his second year? I would personally want Bub to kind of like rehabilitate his trade value after his third year. If he makes a jump, which I feel like he's going to, he can only go up after this year. So far, you never know. Maybe Bub ends the season on a strong note. I personally would want Bub to be here next year as well. Because if we try to trade him now, people are going to try to lowball us. They're going to try to lowball us for Bub. And, you know, and Bub's really young, dude. Remember, Bub was one of the youngest dudes in this draft class. So, you never know. I personally would wait with Bub if you want to trade him. Do you think Mike Malone and Taylor Jenkins will help this team? Honestly, if I put myself on a head coaching search, I will get addicted. Like I would nonstop be thinking about that. I'm not putting myself in that mindset yet because I know myself until after the season. I'll make video after video on that. That's going to be a hot topic for us because I feel like Coach Keefe's going to get fired. He's not going to be Coach Keefe anymore. He's just going to be Keefe. You're going to see him in Chinatown. What's up, Keefe? He's not Coach Keefe. And no offense to Coach Keefe. No offense to Coach Keefe. But I feel like that's what's going to happen. And that's going to be like, in this channel, like the coaching search and the draft season is going to be going crazy. It's going to be going crazy. Will Dawkins is going to choose his coach for the future. This coach is going to be the real deal. And we're going to be enticing, especially after the lottery, depending where we land. I'm assuming they're going to do that. They're going to hire the new coach after the lottery. Because if we do get a top pick, we would have we would be the destination if you think about it. Yeah, we would be the destination for all head coaches, even the top tier head coaches, to want to come here. We have a lot of young talent. We would have an incoming high draft pick. We have how much in cap space? $110 million in cap space. We can maneuver. Oh, the best of the best, even though we're the Wizards, and fuck it. I don't want to dog us, but like the best of the best would want to come here. The up-and-coming great head coaches. It's like the Commanders did kind of, you know what I mean? Like when they got Adam Peters We had the second overall pick incoming. It was Jaden Daniels. We had a lot of cap space. We had a lot of draft picks. We had 3 second-round picks. So, like, we were very enticing. I feel like that if we get a high draft pick, we already enticing already. In my opinion, we already enticing. But that would be the cream of the top. All right, man, I got to call it. I keep saying I'm going to call it, but I'm having too much fun. Perhaps Block Boy, perhaps maybe Portland's 2029 pick. We don't know. I think there is. Hold on. Let's do a research on that, and then we're gonna call it. I think Portland's 2029 draft pick is protected, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it should be. Yeah. Let's see here. Denny of the trade. Is it how? It just says, it doesn't say protected. What the hell? They did not give us an unprotected first round pick. No, it just says, it doesn't say anything. Hold on. 2029 first round pick unprotected. Come on, AI, do your thing. I knew it. So the trade details was that we will get the second most favorable 2029 first round pick between the Blazers, Celtics, and the Bucks, according to this YouTube video. What if it click on it? It's me. It's me when I was fat. I'm scared to click on it. What if it's me? But they're saying, yeah, we'll get the second one. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, I believe we get the second most favorable, but we do. So it's between the Blazers, Celtics, and the Bucks. So we need 2 of them to be ass. The Blazers possibly could be ass. They got a nice young squad though. The Bucks will be ass. Celtics, yeah, we're probably gonna get a mid. We're probably gonna get We're probably just gonna keep getting the Blazers first round pick. Well, yeah, we need the Bucks and the Blazers to be ass. Yeah, swappable pick. Let's see. All right, yeah, I did my research on that. Yeah, it's not a bad trade. It's not a bad trade. Not a bad trade. We also got some second round picks in that too. Malone will be our head coach. I would like Malone. I would like Malone. Remember, Malone was coaching the Nuggets when Jokic, before he was a star, he coached up Jokic. He was there for the beginning. Yeah, Blazers are going to be decent, yo. That's what I think, too. So it might be like a pick 18 type, hopefully. In the late, I'll be fine with the late teens. Blazers are going to be decent for the foreseeable future in the West. That's true. They got a nice young squad, dude. All right, y'all. Like the video, please. My apologies for this underwhelming stream, man. Chat did not show up here. It does that sometimes. OBS Studio. In the beginning of the stream, too, I was freaking, going in circles. I couldn't pronounce my words because I was thinking about chat, but it looks like the stream went okay afterwards. But, yeah, man, we lost 111 to 105. It is what it is. The Tank dub goes to us. Dallas goes 3-7. We go 1-9. First 10 games, 1-9. How about that? It is what it is, man. But at least the game was competitive. That's all I want. But I will want a dub in the near future, just to make sure that morale doesn't hit an all-time low. You want these young bucks. I want Trey to, get a good taste of a dub, man. Trey's not a loser. Keyshawn George is not a loser. I want Keyshawn George to be more aggressive in the next game. I want Cam Whitmore to rub off some of his aggressiveness to Keyshawn George. Not like that. That came off horrible. That was sus. I don't know what I'm saying, but Story of the night. McCollum goes off in the first half. Cam Whitmore has a bounce back game. Couldn't buy a bucket towards the end of the fourth quarter. Just bad coaching, bad fouls. We fouled with 17 seconds left in the game. Down by 3. I was like, what the fuck? Anyways, it is what it is, dude. If you enjoyed the stream, please like and subscribe. I'll truly appreciate it. I'll see y'all on Monday